My son Charlie worked in Colorado for 5 months this past summer, and he went on a whole lot of hikes. He ended up getting like 50 patches for these different hikes that he'd gone on. And most of them I didn't know about till he was back, and that was fine. But one of them he told me about. He told me he was going with a couple of friends to hike Long's Peak, which is the highest peak in Rocky Mountain National Park. There was something about it, I don't know what it was, or I was just feeling just a little twinge of something kind of weird. But you know, I tend to worry, so I kind of let it pass.
Unfortunately, halfway up to the summit, we heard thunder. A little bit after the thunder, it started hailing. We took shelter under various rock formations.
Well, it turns out I didn't hear from him again, and I really started getting concerned.
We're trying to find a way down, but it's really hard because one, there's still a little light hail and sleet, and two, it's really foggy.
I put a little note on Facebook, and I mean, I swear hundreds of people were responding. People I didn't even know were sharing it, saying we're praying for Charlie. And you know, when you're back home, like when I was pacing around the living room talking on the phone, you just can't imagine how vast and how huge the Rocky Mountains are.
We had a GPS and we had a couple of maps, but even then we really couldn't find our way.
And then it turns out they were walking in circles because there was no moon, they couldn't see, there was no trail. I got up in the morning and I went for a walk, and I took my phone with me, and this friend of mine called, and as soon as I heard her voice I started crying, and she said, "I just can't wrap my head around what you're going through." And I thought, God, I can't either. I just want to wrap my arms around Charlie. And the hours go on, and when I was taking copious notes and jotting them down on post notes, talking to the park rangers, and they found his car and they were sending people up.
There were 5 of us, 2 of whom were fairly experienced hikers, so I really wasn't too concerned.
Thank the good Lord, it did have a happy ending, and I got a phone call like at 11 o'clock in the following morning, like 32 hours after he'd started out, from the Park Service, and they said that he and his friends had appeared, and all was well.
I honestly was a little shocked. Just the sheer number of people who were throwing support at my mom.
He's my only child, and I kept thinking, how do people do this? How do people do it when they're, when their kid's missing for days or for months, or they never find them? And that's I mean, really, that's kind of what I was thinking. So I'm really proud of him. I'm of the confidence that he obviously gained, and that he's just in such phenomenal shape to do something like this. And he was prepared.
That is actually because of you, because you're always like texting me. She'd always text me before hikes, make sure you have enough water and food.
Next year, plan to go back to Colorado, and talking about these various hikes that he wants to go on. I'm like, kidding? Yeah.